What's going on, YouTube? Long time no hear from, long time no see. This is BBSP. I haven't been doing a video in a while and shit. You know what I mean? Processing everything, what's going on. You know what I mean? As far as a lot of shit going on in the world today, a lot of shit going on in sports, in particular the NBA. I just want to get my thoughts on what's going on in that situation, everything. There's been a lot of stuff going on, man. In particular, the Los Angeles Lakers. I want to touch on them first. LeBron, he put on a virtuoso performance, scoring 56 points Saturday and shit. And they needed all those points and then some. You know what I mean? Lakers. Let's call for what it is. It's been a very, very disappointing season. You know what I mean? There was never going to be any in between with this team, man. It was either going to work, and everybody was going to sacrifice and figure out their roles and shit, or it was going to go like how it's going now. Too much inconsistency, nobody on the same page, a lot of players, in and out the lineup, coaching, coach's not really right. Not even, even the drama within the Lakers organization is starting to affect the play. Russell Westbrook. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm one of his biggest fans. You know what I mean. He just doesn't fit with this team, man. You know what I mean. They're more of a half-court style, half-court game, but Russ wants to play fast. And even when he has ball duty, he handles the ball, you know what I mean? Westbrook wants to play fast, but everybody else wants to play slow. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's like it's conflicting styles, it's conflicting with the team, conflicting with the kind of, style, kind of offense they want to run within the team, and it's I don't know, man. It's just some things, some players just don't fit with certain teams. You understand? There's been a lot of teams that you've had like 2 or 3 all-stars type players, but yet they don't fit. The Brooklyn Nets with Paul Pierce, KG, and Joe Johnson, they really didn't fit. Dwight Howard, James Harden back in the Houston Rockets days really didn't fit. Even if I go as far as back as Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen and Hakeem Olajuwon the year after Clyde Drexler retired and shit, they really didn't fit. So this might be one of those times where Westbrook just doesn't fit with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, man. Speaking of Anthony Davis, you got to wonder, is this time in the NBA starting to come to an end? Because the injuries, they starting to become more common, and it's starting to be more frequent with this dude, man. Like, first, it was a contusion with the knee. He missed, like, good chunk of the season, like a month. Then it's another problem situation arises. Then now he's out with a very severe ankle sprain to the point where, depending on how the Lakers finish the season, if they're in the play-in or not, he may not be back this season. You got to start to wonder, is he a franchise player? Is he even a franchise player? You know what I mean? He had that 1 year. He had them 2 years in New Orleans. 2016, 17, 18. Then the injury started to catch up to him. Then 2020, he complimented LeBron pretty well and shit, right? And it seemed like that condensed season basically took 2-3 years off his career. You know, we got to keep it 100 here. I think this condensed season in between the bubble and between the rushed season of last year kind of took some years off Anthony Davis, man. And now you got to wonder to the point where a couple years from now he's even gonna be in the league, man. You know, it's just right now the Lakers are caught between a rock and a hard place. You got a superstar that's declining, LeBron James. You know what I mean? A guy that's in his 19th, it'll be 20th season next year. You might as well say it's his 20th season now. You don't know how much longer he's going to be playing at this elite level. And even then, it's not really the impact like it had back in his prime from like 2007 to like 2014. The play that LeBron James is at right now, he's still good enough to be a 1A on a championship team and shit, right? But I don't think he can carry it anymore because of his wear and tear, man. The wear and tear eventually gets to you. Father Time is undefeated and shit. So people got to understand and realize that, you know, it's not that simple just to go out there and just play at a high level for X amount of years and expect the same results. You know, so Lakers, between an aging superstar and a superstar that's injury prone and possibly on the decline, they caught between a rock and a hard place right now, man. But enough about the Lakers. Phoenix Suns, they've dealt with some injuries and shit. As we all know, Chris Paul's been out since the All-Star break. Devin Booker's in protocols, and Cam Johnson, he's missed some time too. I don't think they're in too much danger and shit of dropping off, you know, falling for the #1 spot in the West. Though I think Memphis can give them a run for its money, you know. So I think the Phoenix Suns, in all intents and purposes, will be all right. You know, all they need to do is get not even Chris Paul back, because Chris Paul will probably be back towards the end of the season. Cam Johnson, Devin Booker, you know what I mean? Or they got to get those dudes back. I think they'll be all right and shit. You know, but you got other solid players like Jay Crowder, Cameron Payne, Mikael Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. That whole rotation is pretty solid. Golden State, as you all know, lost to the Lakers Saturday, and what the hell is going on with Steph Curry, man? Steph Curry is just like, ever since he broke that record for the most 3-pointers made of all time, he's been on a low-key decline, you know? But yet, people won't, they just give him a pass, man. I mean, and I like Curry. I respect Curry and shit, right? I respect Curry, you understand? But if any other player, let's say this is Russell Westbrook going through a slump, or James Harden, or we all know LeBron, right? They be getting smoke from the media, man. Like, I understand Steph is one of the, faces of the league, but we got to hold him to that same superstar standard that, LeBron is held to. Since people like Stephen A. Smith think that Steph Curry is the face of the league, he got to be held to that standard, you know? I'm not expecting this guy to carry the entire load, but at the same time, he's been struggling ever since December. I remember one time Steph Curry was a runaway candidate for MVP. But now, because of his slump, the race is wide open. The race is wide open for MVP right now, and because it's It was, well, like I said, one point in time, you remember and people remember that game, with the Brooklyn Nets. He went in there and, basically ran him out the gym. And he had an MVP chance in the opposing team's building. But now it's like, he kind of low-key been MIA. Of course, I know Clay's coming back. Clay's just coming back. You got to get his feet under him. Even though he had a couple games here and there where he was vintage. Draymond Green's been out since late January. Yeah, late January. Draymond Green's been out, and they've been kind of teetering, and everything. So I don't know. For me, it's just they gotta figure out what their rotation is, how they gonna bounce back and rebound, and like how can they make a run in the postseason, and how can they keep their key guys healthy and shit? Because if they lose either or of these guys, they might be a first round exit, man. You know what I mean? Let's be honest here. Golden State might be a first round exit, no matter who they play. No matter who they play and shit. You know what I mean? Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, it kind of baffles me and shit that you got people in the media still capping for this team, There's no leadership. There's no accountability on that team at all, man. Kevin Durant's a great player and shit, right? But the way the James Harden situation was handled and the way, Kyrie, he's too in depth with Kyrie. You got to question this dude's leadership skills, man, because any kind of leader, any kind of player who wanted accountability, right? None of this would be happening. This whole Kyrie situation would have been settled a long time ago. Whether it resulted in him, getting a shot, which we all know that's not going to happen, or if you ask me, Kyrie should have been the one been traded, not James Harden. Kyrie was the one that should have been traded because he's been the common denominator to their disappointing season so far, And it's like, it kills me that Kyrie is steadily getting the pass. Like I said, away from basketball, I support his decision. You know what I mean? But you can't have that shit both ways, man. You cannot have that shit both ways. You know what I mean? You want everybody to accommodate to you, but yet you wouldn't make any kind of concessions or sacrifices if you were serious about winning the chip. And it's like Kyrie's priorities is all over the place, and then KD is just co-signing this shit. And on top of the fact that people say Brooklyn won the trade, on top of you got Ben Simmons, who's mentally and psychologically is not even there right now, man. He's not even there right now, This guy, I don't know when we gonna see this dude play, And I don't get to understand, like, I don't get it. What's taking this dude so long to get on the court? But it just speaks to what type of organization the Brooklyn Nets are, man. And all this stuff about they're gonna be the most dangerous team in the playoffs and everything. Yeah, depending on the matchup, they'll get past the first round depending on who they match up with. But they gotta worry about getting out of that play-in tournament. There's no guarantee they'll make it out of the play-in. Because right now they're the AFC, and everybody's going goo gaga over them beating the Hornets last night. But you gotta remember, this team had a 11-game losing streak, right? I just find it funny that everybody's putting the onus, you got these clowns on here on YouTube, the usual suspect putting the onus and the blame on James Harden, but yet James Harden is flourishing in Philadelphia, you know what I mean? And they're like 5-1 ever since he came to the Philadelphia 76ers. Right? So it's crazy how that shit is. It's crazy how that shit is, man. But everybody want to, all these lames and clowns want to give Kyrie a pass. But yeah, put everything on James Harden. But why is it that James Harden is flourishing in Philly and basically Brooklyn's in the same place they were even during the 11 games losing streak before James Harden got traded? You can't tell me that shit is a coincidence. You can't. You can't. You can't. You just can't. And like, I'm willing to bet that unless they meet in the first round, the Philadelphia 76ers will get farther than the Brooklyn Nets. Like I said, second, their ceiling, the Brooklyn Nets ceiling with what's going on right now is the second round. After that, they go on, they ass is going home again, man. The Philadelphia 76ers, they starting to flourish, man. You know what I mean? And long story short with them, Embiid and Harden is like, they really starting to match. They matched quickly. Like I said, 5-1 since the trade happened. And the one game they lost, that was to a conference rival, Miami Heat. And that was the game James Harden missed. So they're a dark horse. They're a dark horse to come out the Eastern Conference. Miami Heat is also a dark horse to come out the Eastern Conference. And Giannis, I wouldn't bury no sand and dirt on him just yet. You know, they recently came off beating the Phoenix Suns the other day. And last night he had like 39 points on very efficient shooting. And that jump shot of Giannis is starting to become starting to become scary, man. You know, I mean, he's already, to me, the best player in the league right now. And he's the guy that's gonna take the torch, gonna be the face of the NBA when LeBron is really finished. Well, you can make a case that he's right there with LeBron now as the face of the NBA. The only thing that's keeping him up, the only thing that's keeping him from really taking over is that LeBron has got some good years left. But Giannis is so good that, if he can be able to go on another dominant playoff run this year, I think he can really take that mantle to another level and shit. You know? But before I get up out of here and shit, I just want to touch on another thing that happened the other day. I was on FYF Sports Debates yesterday, and clownery and the fuckery on that shit when it came to this whole LeBron James and Michael Jordan debate. You can see who's an emotional fanboy, you know what I mean, and shit, you know? This guy, Rated R Sports Debates, a.k.a. Dookie, Mookie and shit. Him and Weezy Bang was the usual debate, LeBron or Michael Jordan or LeBron or Mike, right? This dude, Mookie, you can tell he's an emotional bitch, all right? He's one of these emotional ass Jordan fans, you know what I mean? Somebody brings facts to the table in a debate, and you know that you ain't got no comeback to that shit. This dude, Mookie, right? He didn't even make a compelling ass case as to why Mike is to go, right? All he did was base it off of facts, base it off of narratives and emotion. The same talking point should be here, the same talking point should be here in the rest of these clowns. So, LeBron left his team. 2011 he choked. He built super teams. He a choke artist when it counts. All that bullshit. Didn't even make a compelling argument for Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Didn't mention the fact that he has the highest points per game average for a rookie. Didn't mention the fact that his 37.1 points per game in 1987 is one of the highest in league history. Right there with Wilt's 50.0 in 1962, right? Didn't mention the fact that he was the first player in NBA history to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year back in 1988. Didn't mention the fact that averaged a triple-double for the whole month of March of 1989, okay? Didn't mention the fact that the 10 scoring titles. Didn't mention the fact that the first player in NBA, the first player to have a scoring title and steals title in the same season. Didn't mention the fact that became the first player in NBA history with 6 finals MVPs. All you heard was from this clown was 6-0. 2011, LeBron choked. LeBron is a bitch. LeBron is a hoe. Everybody in the room is bisexuals. And you got this dude flying off at the mouth like he on the street and shit. Rated R Sports Debates is one of these punk-ass studio cases, man. Straight up. He's one of these punk-ass studio cases, right? And this dude was flying off at the mouth disrespecting everybody, man. A Wheezy Bang got into it with Spiffy, got into it with MLE. You know what I mean? I only wish I was on that panel yesterday, man. I'm telling you, man, like, dude, all bark and no bite. This dude, you get in his face and bring that real heat to him, man. He the first one to run to the heels. FYF gave Lamont, FYF Lamont gave him every opportunity to be on the panel and shit, but every time a good point would be brought up, that motherfucker would run. I don't respect motherfuckers like that, man. And it's another one of these pandemic TV wannabes and shit. And you got a whole bunch of cheerleaders in there, man, like this joke of a dude, SFM, talking over everybody and interrupting everybody. This old ass S-curl hair dude, what's his face? Wally Lancaster talking over motherfuckers, man. Like, FYF, yo, Lamont, if you listen to this, man, like, I like your shit. I fuck with you. But you gotta get more control of these motherfuckers, man. You gotta let these motherfuckers know, man, you can't be interrupting and disrespecting people on the panel, man. You gotta get them motherfuckers out of here the first time they do that shit. Because you got these cats fucking Dookie, Mookie and shit, and SFM, and this lame-ass old drunk Wally Lancaster up here disrespecting your panel, bro. They disrespecting your panel, bro. You got to get a better grip on these trolls, on these clowns in your panel, man. I know you give everybody a chance to speak their piece, Lamont, but some of these motherfuckers don't deserve to be on that panel with the disrespect. Especially Mookie's punk ass. But that's all I wanted to say. You know what I mean? Hit the like, subscribe, and shit, and hit me up on the next video.